I'm going to do a couple videos of this nickel mine that's discovered up here. I call it the Nickel Beast. And this is the third time that I've been out here. Look at this beautiful mountain range. And what a gorgeous day. Just gorgeous day. Anyways, there's the main freeway up there. That way is Idaho. And then that way is Winnemucca. You just come down the little road here, Sand Pass. There's the gorgeous Santa Rosa Range. You know, there's been, and all the way down, there's been a lot of earthquake activity along this crack right here, going all the way up. So the gold all through here, arsenic over here, mercury, antimony, mercury, arsenic, signs of gold all through over here. Carlin in this valley, but it's not mine because there's a bunch of people, but the valley's over that way. Carlin. This is like the edge of the mineralization right through here. There's a old placer mine right up there. The nickel's right back over there. Anyways, you go up this way towards Idaho. Rebel Creek, Pole Creek, National. The creeks have had the gold mines in the ages. In fact, pretty much there's gold running around all through here, little mines scattered about. You know, nowadays, in our day and age, certain critical minerals, well, have become critical. Like cobalt and nickel, and that's what we're going to look at here today. Used to be, people would come out here in 1880 and crawl around looking for gold. And they still do, but frankly, nowadays, it's not too many people come out here to the middle of nowhere and look for gold anymore. It's kind of a dying hobby, if you will. Some people do, but not too many. However, today, all of a sudden, with solar panels, you know, the ITH, solar panels, electric vehicles, everyone holding a device, every vehicle a device. Smart homes, smart appliances. Well, there's a lot of various elements, not just gold and silver, that go into these things. Strange things, vanadium, weird earth elements that you never really even heard of. Now, when it's called rare earth element, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's valuable. I believe the term rare earth was coined when they were doing discoveries of elements. It was difficult to figure out what was what, because these elements all look silvery to the look. Now, some of them are toxic, so you don't want to be rubbing all over these rocks because you don't know exactly what's in it. Now, I did a magnetic test on this material. This is the third time I've been out here. I did a magnetic test on some samples I got the second time I was out here, and indeed it is a magnetic. So there's a pink color to some of the material. That's going to be cobalt, and then nickel. Okay, now there she is. This is it. See this little tiny road just going up to the mountain? You'd never know it. And there it is, the Nickel Beast mine. It's back there. Okay, one way to tell that you're there is you could distinctly see a red outcropping that someone was chipping into up there. And let me see if I can focus on it here. Right there. And then this shows you that you're in the right valley. Now, these types of nickel mines, what happens is, okay, normally when you're looking at mines, it's a vein, right? So it's like one spot. Well, the Nickel Beast mine here, what this type of mine does is it forms nickel over a wide area, because what would have happened is all of this would have been lower in elevation at one time under a swamp. And it's in that condition, the salinity and the temperature and the water and just the heat and the conditions caused the nickel to consolidate. Okay, and millennia passed, the rivers and swamps all dried up, the ground uplifted because of all the volcanism, those huge mountains and earthquakes pushed this ground up. You know, it's Nevada. Some of the ground goes down, like in this valley, you see it dips down, and then some of the ground goes up, which is this. So this came up. Now, this used to be underwater, and that's where the nickel formed, in kind of like a swamp-like condition. Okay, now, these types of nickel mines could be worth hundreds of millions of dollars if the nickel is in a wide area. Okay, so this is only the third time I've been out here. The first time I found nickel, I didn't even know it was here. Okay, what I'm doing today is I've come out, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get samples from a couple spots across a wide area, and then take it back and test it for nickel. Now, if it has nickel in a wide area, then this would indeed be valuable, and it would be mined. What they'd probably do, it's a big mining company, would put a leach pad out here, somewhere out here. This land is pretty much nothing, it's just sagebrush. It would be a leach pad, and then they take the material from here, dump it on the leach pad, and then pull out the nickel cobalt. It's super easy. All of this is on the surface, so it's not very deep. No tunneling, right? Just a leach pad that, and then, so but it's only going to be valuable if it's got a lot of nickel. Otherwise, not incredibly valuable, but nickel is about 15 grand a ton, cobalt 33 grand a ton. So from what I've scouted, there's, the second time I was here, there's enough nickel just for like a dude with a truck to just load up his truck over and over and over and over, and it comes out in a crusher pretty easy. So just like the average artisanal miner could fucking crush nickel to their heart's content out of here and sell it at 15 grand a ton, 12 grand a ton, whatever, and make a profit. Okay, so if I don't find nickel in a wide area, I could still put a claim down on the little bit of nickel and then come out here and there, and you know, once you accumulate a couple tons, that's like fucking $20,000. Okay, and it's really easy it comes out very easy with a crusher and a shaker. Nothing special, nothing fancy to get that out. And however, if this nickel is in a wide area, it would be fruitless for me to come out and try to claim it, because you're talking